So maliwanag na kumikita din talaga dito ang bansa natin sa mga digital platforms na to or services na nasa ibang bansa. Pero ano po ang mga possible challenges ni Mr. Marco sa pagpapatupad ng VAT sa mga digital services provider na ito na hindi rehistrado sa bansa? May ganun po ba?
Well, to be honest, under the law, they're required to be registered, no? So they are not supposed to operate in the Philippines without registering, no? So they need to get their TIN, no? Even if they are outside the country or they run resident corporation, they will be getting a TIN. So they will go to the VIDAS portal and then register, and then they will be assigning, no, a representative agent, which is either an accounting firm, a law firm, or a person that will be doing most of the filing and getting the data that is necessary for them to be submitted dyan sa RDO 39. One of the challenges, Sir Manuel, just to give, is those that do not want to register.
Yeah.
Okay, now
ayaw nila.
Ayaw nila. Meron mga ganyan, may mga secret dyan. They do not register. Mga shadow yan tawag namin. So those are very difficult to monitor, regulate. Ang mahirap ma-regulate talaga is yung mga business to customer. Pero yung B2B, madali. Because under a B2B setup, the business here, the local business that is currently enjoying the subscription or service that are being given by this non-resident entity coming from another country, nagiging sila, withholding agent ng VAT. So before they actually pay the subscription, tinatanggalan na sila ng 12% and then they remit it using BIR form 1600 VT.